Hey friends, we are going to do a little different activity today. We are going to craft. I'm super excited. My daughter made this really cute bunny for me out of a sock and rice and ribbon. So I thought we could make our own little version of this sweet little guy to be able to give to somebody for Easter, or it could just be a fun little spring decoration to have out in the house, or it could even be a little snuggle buddy. So, snuggle bunny, how about that? Now, what you're going to need is a pair of socks, and realistically a tube sock might be ideal, but this is just one of those little footy socks that you can wear that's actually very fuzzy. I don't know if you have any of those socks from Old Navy that they did the real great special around Christmas time. You could probably use one of those and just turn it inside out maybe, although the print may throw the bunny off a little. But I have some of these cheapo solid print ones that are just like I said, the little ankle footies. I've got some rice, and probably the cheaper the better. You don't want this to be an expensive project, so just some cheap rice. And I've got a 2-cup measuring cup full, but we're not going to need that much. And then I have ribbon, and this isn't necessary, but it does add a cute little highlight there. If you didn't have ribbon, maybe you have like a little hair clip or yarn or something like that that you could put in place of the ribbon. And then I have another piece of ribbon because I'm going to cut a little nose out in case you guys decide you want to add a face to yours. You could do construction paper scrap. You could even use Sharpie on the sock if you wanted to for that. I have some Google Eyes. Again, that's totally optional, not necessary. And then I have some little, they're actually loom band rubber bands, but she and I were thinking you could even just use like a hair tie, like those little skinny hair ties, the hair bands, anything that's just kind of thin that's going to create this tightness for where the neck is and where the ears are, okay? So we've got our sock, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and carefully fill it up. Teamwork makes a dream work. So parents, you could have your kiddos hold the sock open, or you could hold the sock open and then give them like a little medicine measuring cup, and they could scoop the rice out and pour it in. Anything to make it easier on them. And then of course maybe have a big bowl underneath to catch the overflow so you're not picking rice up everywhere, right? Okay, so we are going to, I might just use my own little idea here. Just dump those out and use my little scooper. And we've got to fill this guy up, right? Yeah, definitely have some teamwork going on. That will make life easier. So far I've used 3. This is that biggest measuring, it says it holds 4 tablespoons. So this is that biggest measuring cup you get with some of the medicines. And then there's 4. Oops. 5. Let's see where we're at. So we got to keep going. Keep going. And remember, you don't want to go all the way to the top of the sock because we want to be able to have room for ears, right? We got to have enough sock left for ears. Okay. Maybe something, yeah, about like that. Okay. I think so. Well, kind of packs in there, doesn't it? Maybe one more. So what would that have made? 6, I think. Oop. Okay. So now, oh, there we go. It's about, let's see. Well, from the bottom of my hand up to my pinky knuckle, about full of rice. Of course, you can make it as big as you want, or you can make little ones. It'd be so cute to use little bitty socks, like little baby socks, to make some tiny ones, right? Okay, so I'm going to tie off the head first. Grab me a little rubber elastic. So like I said, these are loom bands, but you could use hair ties like the thin ones. I don't think I'd maybe use the regular ponytail hair tie unless you're going to figure out a way to hide it, right? Okay, so there's that. And then we know that we want the head to be smaller than the body. And I'm kind of hitting the bottom just to make sure. So probably about there. I think I'm going to double up my bands on this one. Sometimes these rubber bands totally break on you. And I hate when that happens. Because I don't like that feeling. Being A, scared, and B, that pop of the elastic. Okay, so I doubled it to make sure that it was kind of tight. I think I'm going to try to move it down a little bit or squish a little bit of rice up into that head. So I'm squishing a little bit of rice up in there so that there's more rice. Okay.
Hello?
There we go. Oh, watch, I am not talking to you. Okay, there we go. So I think mine's significantly bigger than hers, but that's okay. This could be Mama Bunny, and that's Baby Bunny, right? Okay, now I'm going to take my ribbon, and again, this part's optional. You don't have to have ribbon, right? Just if you want to. Okay, and you want to make sure you measure out enough space if you're tying a bow. There we go. Snip that off. And then I'm going to tie it like I'm tying my shoes. Okay. Make sure that they're even, although I can always trim it, right? I guess that's kind of blurry for you guys, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so now to tie the bow, I take both my fingers like that and wrap the ribbon around. Then I cross them, tuck one behind, pull it, but as I pull it, I twist that around and it makes my bow lay the right way, okay? So let me adjust that just a smidge. You could even do this at Christmas time, but do 3 sections instead of 2, and then we have our snowman, right? Okay, so you can play with the bow and get it exactly how you want it. Okay. And if it's going to be a snuggle buddy, you might make sure that you pull that knot real tight or double knot it. That way the ribbon doesn't come undone. Okay, or you could use your hot glue gun. I think I forgot to tell you to grab a hot glue gun. I have one grabbed and it's plugged in. It's just a low temp one. So now for the ears, I am going to cut my ears or my sock so that it's even across, just like that. Okay, now we got to think, how do we make them look triangle-y, right? So what I'm going to do is right here, I am just going to snip down and snip back up. So I am essentially going to be snipping out a V from the center, okay? And if you have good scissors, you can do both of them at the same time. If they're kind of scissors, you probably only can do one part of the sock. And it's always better to go ahead and cut out not enough than too much, right? Okay, so I am going to trim that down just a smidge and trim that some more. So it looks like that so far, but then the back side, I need to get rid of some of that extra. Okay, so I'm going to turn it backwards, turn my little bunny backwards, and get rid of some of this extra right in here. Now, I was thinking you could soak the rice with some essential oils first, or even just some smelly goods first, so that way your There's our little ears. That's so cute. Okay. With some smelly goods, and then put the rice in, because then your little lovey bunny is gonna have a good smell to it. You could put some lavender in there, and then your little kiddos could, rest with them at nighttime or nap time and just have that calming, relaxing. I personally love eucalyptus smell, so that could be an option. Anyway, and then because this is rice, you could always heat these up in the microwave a little bit, and they're going to get warm, and so that would be nice to snuggle with too, something that's kind of warm. Okay, so there's that. Now, we could call this bunny good and let it be, okay? We could leave this alone and let that be, or if you want to, I happen to have, and I know not everybody has Google eyes at their house. You could totally, if your sock's not super fuzzy, you could totally use permanent marker and just draw little eyes, little triangle nose, and a little mouth, right? Totally could. If your sock's super fuzzy, the Sharpie is probably not going to work very well on it, but that is an idea. Okay. Or if you have Google eyes, you could put, sure those aren't the same size. We got to put two on there that are the same size, right? You could put two googly eyes on there if you wanted to. I kind of like them without the eyes. I think they're super, super cute, but I am going to make one with eyes just so that you guys can see. I'm going to flip those eyes upside down so they're easier to grab, and I'm going to put two little dots of glue. One, kind of give a little spin so we don't have all those hangy down things, those little strings that remind you of spider webs. Two. Okay, grab them by the side, like pinch those eyeballs on the side, right? Just like that. Okay, and then gently lay them on. Luckily, with it being a low temp, you're probably going to be fine. I have burnt myself so many times with the hot glue gun, so you do have to be really careful, okay? I know y'all know that. I love hot glue guns. I use them for so many things, even things that you shouldn't. I have seamstresses in my family that would be so embarrassed if they knew that I actually have hemmed curtains, or actually made my own curtains, made the little curtain rod thing at the top where the rod goes through by folding the material over and hot gluing a seam, and then hot gluing the seam at the bottom, hot gluing the seam on the edge, because me and sewing machines don't always get along. So hey, you know what? You can't tell on curtains, right? Okay, so there's my little bunny with the eyes. And then if I wanted to put a little nose on there, like I said, I had some pink ribbon. You could use construction paper. You could, a pom-pom would be so cute, but I don't have any little pom-poms at home right now. They're all at my art studio. So I am going to cut a triangle out of this ribbon, and we'll put this little upside down triangle on here. See what that looks like? Yep, that'll work. Maybe make it not so pointy. I think I'm gonna curve the corners off. So it's a curvy cornered triangle instead of a pointy. The pointy corners kind of make it look like a beak. And we know that this guy does not have a beak. Oop! Oh, gracious. Okay. Now, this one's going to be a little trickier to hot glue. I think I'm going to put the glue right on the ribbon. Grab that off. Oh my gosh, I can't keep a hold of this thing. And then stick that right there in the middle of the face. Pull the little stringies off. Okay. So now, can you see the face? Come on, focus. Oh, there it is. Yes, so cute. Okay, so I hope that you have enjoyed this project, and I know that you could totally make this your own design, your own creation, make your own little Snuggle Betty or Lovey Bunny. Again, just sock, rice, hair ties or rubber bands, ribbon if you want, or some sort of bow or clip or something like that. And then the eyes and the little nose are totally optional. You could even put like a little pipe cleaner mouth. That could even be cute. So I really enjoyed this project. And again, if you don't want a face, that's okay too. You can have your own little friend just like that. I enjoyed this process with you guys, and I hope that you had fun, and I cannot wait to do some more art with you.